Hi, everybody. This is May Doldalau with YesFinancially.com, and I am live. Today, we are going to talk about me for a 1-month Dave Ramsey cash versus credit card experiment in 2020. So October 20. So the experiment will end on 9/20/20. Okay. 11/20/20. Okay. So just in time for a Christmas shopping season too. Okay. So this is a cool experiment we're going to do. Jomel's my husband and me. Just a little bit about myself. Jomel and I live in Honolulu, Hawaii with our 7-year-old son, Jordan. We own this condo in Waikiki, another one down the street, which is an Airbnb business. Back in 2011, I had over $40,000 of credit card debt. Hi, Sadat. And it was bad with like 8 different credit cards. So I understand the pain of credit cards, but paid it all off by April 2016. Improved our family's net worth by $500,000, and we were making almost $500 a month in passive income. I quit my job and I started coaching clients on what I did and Finance Freedom Mastermind programs, which you can find at YesFinanciallyFree.com. Go to the programs page on the top menu. So, or products page, sorry. So let's talk about today's experiment. So I was watching some Dave Ramsey videos yesterday. I actually didn't know who Dave Ramsey was when I was in debt, and then I got rid of all the debt and I, did the whole thing and started my program. I had never seen Dave Ramsey. So even to the point where I created my client programs, I had never seen Dave Ramsey. I'd heard of him, but I'd never seen him. So I started looking at some videos yesterday a little more carefully, just to see some of the things that he says, right? What is he talking about? Why not use credit cards, right? So somebody asked him, I use credit cards and I always pay them off. So I never pay any interest or late fees, and I get miles and I use the miles to go on free vacation. So what's wrong with that? Why not use credit cards? So he went on to explain that the reason you don't ever want to use credit cards is not because you might get late. Well, it is also that, but the main reason is that with credit cards, psychologically, you spend more money than you normally would with cash. So it's really interesting. He said when we're kids, we tend to trade things with each other, right? I give you a marble, you give me some toy, or you get this, but I get that, and that's fair. Like we both get something if we make an exchange. So we're taught to, if you give, you get, right? And when you go buy things and he says a Benjamin, right? $100 bill. He says you put down a Benjamin, you put down a $100 bill. You know that $100 bill is not coming back. And it's painful. It's painful. It inflicts these pain sensors in your brain. So you're less likely to spend as much money because you know you're not getting the money back after you spend it. You're getting something back, but not that money you spent. Now with a credit card, you use a credit card and you spend money, but you don't have the same pain sensors go off in your brain. And they actually apparently did brain studies on this to check brain activity. So when you use a cash, you have all these pain sensors, and when you use a credit card, nothing is going, there's no pain sensors in the brain. And he feels the reason is that when you pay with a credit card, you buy something, you get that something you bought, and you get the credit card back. So it feels like you didn't have to give anything away to get what you paid for. So it's really an interesting psychological process. Now, he says when McDonald's used to take only cash, okay, McDonald's used to take only cash. They never took any credit cards. But after a while, they did. And he said the reason they did it is because you will spend more money using a credit card. If you go to McDonald's, and he has this cute example. He said, if you go to McDonald's with a credit card, you're going to be like, I want to supersize this, and supersize that. I want this too, and then pay for the guy behind me his meal too. But if you use cash, you're not going to supersize anything. You're going to buy what you want to get, and the guy behind you is going to have to worry about himself. That's what he said. So it's kind of a funny story, but apparently there are studies, and McDonald's has studies apparently where people have used credit cards versus cash, and they find that credit card usage increases consumer spending. So I thought it would be cool to do this experiment with my husband, Jomel. We did go while we were paying off all that debt back in 2011, 12, 13, all that time. We didn't use credit cards. So we never used them. We actually did not. We used debit cards. But it wasn't for the reason Dave Ramsey said. It was just because we just kept overspending, right? We couldn't pay off our credit cards, so we stopped. Or that was me anyway. So this time we're doing this experiment to see if our monthly spending goes down. So I track, because I'm very good at tracking. Our whole program, Finance Freedom Mastermind, we track our expenses every month. We track our expenses, we track our income, we track our net worth, our passive income generation, we track everything. So I know exactly how much we spend on groceries and eating out and all that. I know that from month to month. So we're going to do an experiment, and we're going to put our credit cards away this month. And we're not going to use them to buy groceries or go out to eat or food or personal expenses. We're going to use only cash. So at the end of this month, in a month's time, so November 20th, I'm going to revisit this and see how much did we actually spend using cash instead of credit card. So it's going to be a fun experiment. I'm excited to see what happens. It's something new and fun to try, and we'll let you know. So if you want to join the experiment, go ahead, just put your credit cards away, take out cash, and use that to buy your monthly expenses and see if you spend less money than when you use a credit card. Okay, my name is May Duldalau. The blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. The full blog post is underneath this video, so you can click the link to see it. And if you haven't already, join the email list, put in your first name and email address, and hit the big red yes button on the right side of the blog, or scroll down if you're on a mobile device. And you will get a free ebook, Working Parents Guide to Financial Freedom, sent directly to your inbox. And you will also be on my email list, where I send out these great emails every week, all about the cool things we do with money, budgeting, becoming financially free, all this good stuff. So you will get that every day, every weekday I send out an email. You will get those emails from me. They are awesome emails. They have great, interesting resources for you to become financially free as quickly as possible. And I will see you again tomorrow, same time. Aloha. Good luck and take care. And if you join the